Meanwhile, Massachusetts says it's going to be requiring most students over the age of 6 to get a flu vaccine, not a COVID vaccine, a flu vaccine in order to be able to enter school in January. Dr. Anita Gupta is here. Dr. Gupta, I'll ask you first of all about new developments on the COVID vaccine, but this story about Massachusetts is particularly interesting because a lot of parents are against getting any flu vaccine for their children, even with the pandemic going on. How important is a flu shot this year?
Well, look, first of all, flu has resulted in significant illnesses each year since 2010, anywhere between 9.3 million to 40 million deaths annually. So getting the flu vaccine is really a commitment to protecting the safety and health of society. So it's really important. And that's so important for us to remember to get your flu vaccine this year. As we heard, the CDC is recommending it. It will not only prevent illnesses in society, but it preserves the healthcare resources that are so important right now on the front line. And we have to do everything we can to preserve them, to ensure that our healthcare workers have those resources, and so we can help our patients.
I have to say, I've had a couple of bad incidences with flu shots myself. I know others who have, so I understand the concern. But again, given the pandemic, and there I think, 3 times as many kids killed by the flu every year as there are killed by the COVID virus. So the possibility of death from this and the possibility of flooding hospitals just at a time when we need every ICU we can possibly get just in case is really important. So even if you have qualms about the flu shots, this is the year to get one, right?
Absolutely. Look, the best way to prevent the flu is to get your vaccination. And look, the best way to thank our frontline health workers, frankly, is to get your vaccination. Because look, we have no idea what the flu season is going to look like. And we have to do everything we can, not only to continue to social distance, to wear our masks, but also to do this is to get vaccinated for the flu, because right now the evidence is very clear. When we don't get vaccinated, we know that there is a potential for further outbreaks with the flu alone.
Right.
So this convergence will be very complex, and so we must do everything we can to prevent this season to be the worst.
Very quickly, Dr. Gupta, a lot of people were quite cynical when the president said that we might have a vaccine for COVID by the end of the year. Looks now what Pfizer is telling us that is a real possibility. Should we get our hopes up or not?
We can only hope. We can only hope. Look, ultimately, with any vaccination, there needs to be clear clinical data on safety, efficacy, and ultimately it's in the hands of the FDA. We want the information. We want and hope that it'll be safe for society as a global product. But we can certainly hope that we have a vaccination in our hands for the United States and the world.
Well, a phase 3 trial is a pretty sure way of making sure that we're all safe by this vaccine if we get it, if and when we get it. I should say when we get it. It's no question about if. It's just a matter of time. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in today.